All right. I'm going to call the meeting to order while Gail is getting everything going. We have a few things we can deal with, so she has some time. So I'm going to call the meeting to order at 6:33 p.m. Any conflicts of interest to disclose?
Yeah, to work this.
And changes to the agenda. Kevin, you had something, right? It might have been for the next one.
Regarding the meeting this morning.
Yeah, I think it was regarding just that FEMA piece, Jeff.
Okay, and
So-
which is now moved.
Right, but maybe we should at least just add it in just to talk about it, make sure we're all clear.
You're all hooked up?
So I'd ask that we just add an agenda item to briefly talk
No,
about
it should be.
that, the FEMA request from the storm.
So I'll just put it under administrative assistant, and we can just touch on it quick, right there.
Sure.
Go under highway?
Right, let's.
Oh, highway, yeah,
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah. Maybe we can just touch on it there. But I think it's quick, but I think it's worth
Yeah.
just closing the loop.
Oh, okay.
Jeff, I want to talk a little bit about the town report under administrative assistant.
Okay.
Approved minutes for the 7th?
Oh, yeah, sorry, I put the 12th on that.
We need to do both, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, and then public comments?
I have none.
Okay. And do we have any motions to approve minutes?
So I had, and I had sent it to Karen in advance, but there was one on the January 7th meeting minutes under item 16. The way it was stated, it was brought up to the town as underpaying employees by an average of $9 an hour. And I've suggested modified language.
I sent it out to everybody.
You did? Okay.
As revised.
Okay. Maybe I should be clear on what that is. My apologies. Because the comment wasn't that we're underpaying all town
Right, I
employees by $9.
didn't put average in there anywhere.
Right, right. And I apologize because I had that here. If you give me 2 seconds, I'll. Okay. Well, I have it right here, but it doesn't seem to be.
Yeah, shut it all off, start it all up.
And my suggestion was that, my suggestion for the change in the minutes, my apologies, is that it was mentioned that as an example, the town is paying employees by an average of $9 an hour less than statewide average for some positions per information provided by the LCT. So there, if we looked at that 2022 report that's here somewhere, the statement was just that in some positions we may be paying, and so I sent Karen the adjusted verbiage that I just read.
Okay. And Karen, that was revised, right?
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
So with that, I move we approve the minutes of January 7th.
Second it.
Motion's been made and seconded to approve the minutes from January 7th. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it. So we've approved the meeting minutes for January 7th. Do we have a motion to approve the meeting minutes for January 12th?
I motion that we approve the minutes for January 12th.
Do we have a second?
I second.
All right, the motion's been made and seconded to approve the select board meeting minutes from January 12th. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, so the January 12th meeting minutes have been approved. And orders need to be approved. Has Did you sent those, right?
No, I.
Okay,
did.
don't worry about it. We'll take care of that then. But speaking of that, having the meetings on Wednesday kind of is a little bit of a hassle for Gail with the orders and having things signed in time. And we probably should have at least every other week, reviewing as a board, the orders. With having to have meetings on Saturday and different things, I ended up dropping the EMT course because I'll just take it in the spring. I think they offer it again in June because I would end up missing a bunch of stuff in the beginning of the class. So if we wanted to move it back to Tuesday, I know it's a little bit of a craziness. It would make Gail's life easier, and I don't have the conflict anymore. And like maybe next week do Wednesday, or the next one do Wednesday, so that people have enough time to get it in their head. But I'm just throwing that out there. We can think about that if someone wants to change that. Let me know. I just heard about it. It causes an issue because people are getting paid before we're actually going to be reviewing them as a board.
So, are you looking for?
What?
No. Finish talk, because I have a question, because orders was one of the reasons that I was here.
Okay.
So if you're going to skip over those, I still have
Yeah, okay, so
Yeah.
there's still further discussion. Gail, I have that right. What I was saying about the orders, that Wednesday kind of creates a little hassle for you.
Yeah, I mean, I have the bills, I haven't sent them out yet, but I
Right.
can print them. Yeah, and then the payroll.
Right.
So, yeah, whatever works for anybody. If not, we can make it work. It's whatever you guys want to do.
I'm fine with switching to Tuesday if everybody else is.
Make a motion.
So, yeah, if we make a motion,
Make
we
a
can do
motion to
that.
switch meetings to Tuesdays.
Would you include the date we start? Do you have I'll look at the calendar here. So,
Starting February 6th. Would that be the right date? If we,
Or
February
the
6th is on Monday.
24th.
oh, was it 7th? I mean, sorry.
Yeah, 24th would be good.
So
Are
we
we
have our
skipping?
next, oh, sorry. Go
Sorry,
ahead.
were we gonna do our next meeting?
so you want to do February 1st is Wednesday, or do you want to just switch it? Go. I mean,
I'm fine with just switching it. And then it's,
I mean, I'm fine with switching it to the.
I only said that just in case, as an option. I don't feel strongly that we need to, because people are used to it as Tuesday anyway, so.
Okay, so I make a motion to switch meetings to Tuesday starting January 31st.
So the motion.
First, third, and fifth Tuesdays.
First, third, and
First,
fifth
third.
Tuesdays. So the meeting's been, the motion's been made to switch the meetings to Tuesdays, the first, third, and fifth Tuesday, beginning January 31st. Do we have a second?
Second.
Motion's been seconded. Any further discussion?
And just to be clear, because of the previous motion, they'll be at 6:30 at the town hall.
At 6:30.
Just so that it's in the record.
The only thing changing is the
day.
date.
today. Yeah.
Thank you.
So, any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
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 So we will be having meetings on the first, third, and fifth Tuesday of the month, beginning January 31st at 6:30 p.m. And other order business.
Okay,
Casey?
so I think those are the bills right there, and somewhere in that folder, hopefully, is the invoice
Yep.
for the pellet furnace
Okay.
project, which came to, off the top of my head, I believe it's $51,100, which is slightly over the budget that we had gotten for the grant. The grant, I believe, was for $44,000. part of that, most of that was because of changes that had to be made, right? We had to build a boiler room and a concrete pad, et cetera, and so forth. It is also the last thing I need to send in my final report so that we can get our half of the 44,000 from Vermont Arts Council, who gave us the grant to put the pellet furnace in. So I'm just throwing that out there. If you've got questions about it, I didn't bring a copy, but there's a copy in there if you want to look at it. However you want to do it,
Ask.
yeah, please do. That's why I'm here.
You said you were here to discuss orders, but you're a grant writer?
Yes, because the invoice in there is for the grant.
The invoice is in the order, so
You're
she
here
just
to
wanted
request
to.
the grant, but the grant happens to be in the orders?
Yes.
Got it, thank
Yeah.
you. Okay, I was like trying
No,
to put
that's
that all
okay.
together.
And I'm sorry, I should have
Okay.
introduced myself. I'm Casey Peterson. I'm your grant administrator.
I'm Kelly Langford, I'm a select. So as part of, so what you're doing is coming forth because the grant connected to the pellet furnace, we need to sign off that we've done and met all requirements for the grant.
Well, I've got that taken care of. I've got the final report all taken care of. I've got a little bit of math I have to do on how many people actually use this space in the course of a year, which is a tricky math. But the only other piece that I will need is a copy of the invoice and a copy of the stub once Gail pays it, to prove that yes, we got it done, yes, it was invoiced, and yes, we paid it. Now grant is over, thank goodness, and I can move on to the next project. So,
Does anybody have any other questions while there was someone had a question last meeting about the furnace. Was there?
well, the other reason I'm here is Karen or Gail, someone told me that you guys wanted, for purposes of the budget, what the maintenance plan is
That's what it was.
Yeah, and the pellets.
and how much pellets cost, right?
How long those pellets will go? Will they go a year?
Right. Well, there's 9 tons in the hopper right now. And it isn't even cold outside. So I would be surprised if we needed to fill that up again till the next heating season. I mean, I'd be really shocked. According to Mort, who is the gentleman that installed it for us from Lime Green Heat, the maintenance plan, there's like 2 parts of the maintenance plan, which I can talk about now, or I can wait until we're doing budget. But they have a midwinter cleaning, and he says they don't do the midwinter cleaning until you've gone through 20 tons. So, like I said, I'd be surprised if we needed that done more than once a year, really, unless it's a really cold winter.
So I would say let's put any further discussion in the that extra line item under budget discussion. Any other items that we need to discuss, just to kind of keep things
Sure.
rolling. I'm gonna just make a note and remind me if I forget.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so as far as orders, these orders were not sent out. So if everybody could, while we're conducting the meeting, just kind of take a look at things, and then after everybody's had a chance to look at them, towards the end of the meeting we can approve them, and then we can't sign until after we have made a motion to approve them.
Can I just ask for, what is the process? You say they're usually sent out as,
Well, I usually send out the front copy. I mean, I can scan all of these invoices, but, you know, I mean, that would be a lot of work.
Sure.
So I usually scan the front page, and then if you see an invoice that you might want to look at when you come here, you'll be prepared to know that I really want to check that out and see what that is.
Okay.
That works.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, so Kevin. Okay. Let's go into executive session for personnel. I'm assuming we have a few things, and then probably talk about highway a bit and salaries. So I would say I need a motion to go into executive session to discuss highway personnel and the administrative assistant position, probably inviting Gail and Karen. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
so
yeah.
everybody else would have to leave, and inviting Rick for the piece that his input is needed in for the highway piece.
Sure.
Yep.
So moved.
I move that we enter into executive session to discuss personnel. And we invite Karen and Gail to join us.
Okay, so do we have a second? Second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
All right, so we're entering executive session.